Oh, good morning. I'm live. I just wanted to come on here. I don't have very long, but I wanted to come on here and talk about what the heck is neuroaromatherapy. Neuroaromatherapy is how we work with the brain, how essential oils, good morning, Paula, how essential oils actually support brain health. That's what neuroaromatherapy is. And I want to just briefly introduce that today. And I'm going to start going live on here to begin talking about what it really is. Good morning. So neuroaromatherapy, what it does, it's the use of essential oils. And I don't like to use the word neuroplasticity. I have my glasses on so I can see your names. In your comments, but like I said, it's the use of essential oils in the realm of supporting brain health as much as mental health. It helps us to emotionally regulate ourselves, because what they're finding in neuroscience, honestly, is that we are so rapidly triggered. I mean, without even realizing it, there's studies that have been conducted that the movement, the dilation, and the expansion of pupils, just the size of the pupils or just the shifting of pupils, can potentially trigger somebody. I've worked a lot in treatment facilities with people recovering from addiction and trauma, as well as their the comorbidities is, I guess, how they would call it. The co-occurring disorders, there you go, such as depression and anxiety. And one of the things that we've come to understand, especially when it comes to attachment disorders and PTSD and so forth, a lot of these are linked to dissociation. And the use of oils with regards to helping to the brain receptors actually begin to respond more efficiently. This works for autism. This works for ADHD. But again, it's about helping the brain rewire itself. It's not fixing anything. It's reminding the brain, or assisting the brain, or helping the brain become less reactive. It builds emotional resilience, because there's the hypothalamus and the amygdala specifically that are related to these emotional triggers, or I should say the triggers that, and again, it's not one area of the brain, because the visual cortex will pick up on something out there. It's back here in the back of your head, but it'll see something or someone, or it'll have a memory, which is your hypothalamus, and automatically you have an emotional reaction and you don't even know why. You may not even know why. You just, all of a sudden, you're doing fine, and then you start to feel these emotions. And what we tend to do as humans is we look for the straws. Like, well, what is this connected to? Who said what? Who did what, right? I've been there. I know that. I've lived my own addictive issues. I've had disordered eating. I don't like to say eating disorders, but there was disordered eating. I had dysmorphia. I've raised children with attachment disorders. I've had one son on the I have one son on the spectrum. But the idea here is, how do we help this brain to become more responsive? And unfortunately, I say unfortunately, we are an emotionally driven world. We live in a world of emotions. And how do we help our children? How do we help ourselves emotionally regulate? How do we help ourselves become more emotionally resilient? I'm going to do a series on this, because to me, this is really where the oils come in. This is why neuroaromatherapy makes all the difference. For one, it's the brain-gut connection. That's why I love oils. It's not just targeted to the brain. My background is in pharmacology. I do understand the epigenetics. A lot of oils are currently being studied with regards to their pharmacological benefits in the brain. And those particular chemicals are called sesquiterpenes. My experience spans over 40 years, and I'm really super excited to be able to bring this, because when we start to introduce oils when it comes to brain health and emotional resilience, it also benefits gut. It automatically, I shouldn't say that, because there's some that don't benefit the gut, but you can select them in a way that benefits both the brain and the gut. And again, there's different genetic receptors. I don't like to talk about specific oils any longer like I used to, because it may not be what's suitable for you. Everyone, good morning, Gary. Everyone is so uniquely different. We are so wired differently. That's a better way to say it. Your immune system, your epigenome specifically, is as unique as your fingerprints. And so which oils are best for you, it depends on what is going on for you. So I'm currently offering a 30-minute free essential oil consultation, and there's no strings attached, to just give you some ideas on what you can benefit from and how you can begin to incorporate oils in a way that benefit your entire body. Again, this also depends, I want to say, on medications, because not all oils are safe to mix with medications. You have to know how to mix them. I frequently get asked, how do I know which oils are best for you? Again, I've been doing this for 40 years. I've made it my mission to understand how the oils are unique and is more specifically the epigenome. Again, they've been studying oils. They consistently study oils with regards to individual constituents and how they affect and influence epigenetic behaviors and receptors. I love oils also because the olfactory receptors, this is a really cool fact, olfactory receptors are not just limited to your nose. That's why I don't ever tell people to take them internally. I'll tell you to inhale them. I'll have you put them here. I'll have them put you under your arms, on your stomach, because you have olfactory receptors on your skin. Your body can actually almost, I don't want to say breathe it, but it's kind of how I think of when I think of olfactory or smelling things. But you have olfactory receptors on your skin. There's almost nearly 500, maybe more, olfactory receptors that are still determining their entire function. And that's more genetic receptors than any other receptor we have in the body. And again, this is another reason why neuroaromatherapy is so profoundly necessary. I'm not even going to say effective. I'm going to say it's necessary, because it helps our body regulate itself in this environment. We live in a world that's got a lot of chemicals. Besides being emotionally motivated, it's also, which is my mission, it's to help us become more emotionally stable, so that we can become more responsive to one another and dial down the reactivity, and really helping our children as well as you become more comfortable in your mind and body. Because the more comfortable we are in our mind and body, the more the body actually is responsive and healthier. It has a better response to what's going on in the environment. One of the things I want to touch on in the next coming days is heavy metals and oils, and why heavy metals are a big factor for us when it comes to external factors, rocking the boat, if you will, when it comes to our body. And I had somebody ask me yesterday, well, how do you protect yourself? And I said, that's the reason why I use oils all day long. I mean, it makes it sound like I imagine Pigpen, and all the dust flying. But I put oils on in the first thing in the morning. I may have some along with me to smell throughout the day, just to help keep my body more responsive to what it's being exposed to, as opposed to looking at all the problems that we're facing. And, I understand they're real. But how do we help this vessel do what it's designed to do? Because your body is actually designed to metabolize and eliminate these toxins. It's actually designed to eliminate these toxins. So when we can come on board with oils, we can help our body begin to detox and eliminate these efficiently, so that they're no longer a problem and causing more and more inflammation. Do oils help with inflammation? Absolutely, they help with inflammation. But the whole component to what I propose is that if we use them on a regular basis, a daily basis, consistency matters when it comes to oils. We can begin to help the body relieve its own inflammation and detox and eliminate. But that means we want to do them every day, but you don't have to ingest them. You can put them on your skin. Like I said, they contain chemicals that help with the absorbability within 15 to 20 minutes. And not to mention the fact that you'll have olfactory receptors on your skin. So that's today's little message, what neuroaromatherapy is. And I'm going to be coming live. I would like to say every morning, just briefly, to go over one thing specific. And so tomorrow morning, I'll be back talking about heavy metals and oils, and how they actually can help your body, and where the heavy metals are, and how they can actually help your brain do what it needs to do to keep you protected from the influence of heavy metals. All right, I'll see you then. Have an exquisite day, and thank you for being here. I love you, and I'll see you soon.